Hi HBNR families, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how to cut this amazing varsity jacket perfectly. So if you are just coming across this channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I drop any new video. So before we dive into the tutorial, I need to make some analytics. Assuming your neck measurement is 16 inches, I'm going to add extra 4 inches to it to make it 20. And that 20 I'm going to divide it by 3. So that's how I'm going to be implementing my neck measurement. The reason I'm adding extra 4 inches to my actual neck measurement is that the varsity jacket necks usually bigger than almost every other neck, and also it has a high neck band. And also, if you are taking your neck measurement, make sure you put a finger within the tape roll and between the tape roll and your neck. So, and also if you take your neck measurement tightly, make sure you add 1 inches to it before you add the extra 4 inches to it. So let's dive into the tutorial and let's see how we are going to be making the pattern. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and let's make it goes viral. So the first thing I'm going to do is to draw a straight line here for my starting point. After that, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches for the button overlap. I'm going to mark the same thing here and also here. So after that, I'm going to connect the marked area together. After connecting it together, I'm going to apply my length measurement. My length measurement is 27 inches and I deducted 3 inches for the waistband. So it remains 24 inches. So I'm going to mark 24 here. And also I'm going to mark 24 inches here. So I'm going to connect it together as well. So now I'm going to apply my neck measurement. So my neck measurement is 20 inches and I'm going to divide it by 3 inches, which will gives me 6.6 inches. So for the back neck, I'm going to divide the 6.6 inches by 2, which will gives me 3.3 inches. So I'm going to mark 3.3 inches. So I'm going to mark 3.3 inches here. And also for the front neck drop, I'm going to deduct 2 inches from 6.6 inches, which will gives me 4.6 inches. So I'm going to mark 4.6 for the front neck drop. And I'm going to connect it together like this. So while connecting it together, the 2 inches I deducted from 6.6, it will be automatically added to it for the head of the cuff, as we already know that the cuff line is longer than the straight line. So let's take the measurement of the front neck and let's see maybe it's accurate. So I'm going to start from the button overlap line I ruled. So and I'm going to measure it. As you can see that it's equivalent to 6.6 inches. So definitely our neck measurement is correct. So let's proceed. The next thing is to apply my shoulder measurement, which is 16 inches divided by 2. It gives me 8 inches. So I'm going to start from the overlap line here. I'm going to apply 8 inches for my shoulder length, and for the shoulder slope I'm going to divide the chest by 24. The chest is 36 and divided by 24 it gives me 1.5. So I'm going to apply 1.5 for my shoulder slope and I'm going to connect it to the edge of the neck area. So after that I'm going to apply my armhole depth by dividing the chest by 4. So this is varsity jacket. I'm not going to deduct anything from it. So I will just apply the 9 inches there. The same thing goes for hoodie. connect it to the shoulder line. After that, I'm going to apply my chest measurement, which is 36 divided by 4. It gives me 9. I also mark the same thing here and also here. So I'm going to connect it together. I'm going to find the center of the armhole, which is 4.5. 9 divided by 2, 4.5, and I'm going to go inward by 1 inch. So I'm going to place my French curve there, and I'm going to make armhole curve. So the front pattern is done. So I'm going to add extra seaming allowance to it like this. So after that, I'm going to cut out the front pattern. So after cutting the front pattern, it is the one I'm going to be using to cut the back pattern as well. So I'm going to draw a straight line here, and after that I'm going to fold in the button allowance because the back side is not going to have any button. So I place it like this. I make sure it's aligned with each other, and I'm going to mark the neck area like this. So after marking it, I will come inward by 1 inch for the back neck drop. So I'm going to connect it like this. So the next thing is to trace the pattern out. So after tracing it out, I'm going to cut it out. So the next thing to do is to cut the interface. I'm going to sketch out the neck. So the interfacing shoulder can be like just 3 inches. So I'm going to cut it like this. I made a slight mistake here. So the area I'm cutting here is supposed to be like 4 inches, but I later corrected it while cutting it on fabric. Just pay attention to it. So this is how it will be while sewing. The front and the back neck is correct. So the next thing is to cut my sleeve. To draw a straight line here for my starting point. I'm going to mark sleeve cap height, which is chest divided by 10. 36 divided by 10, it gives me 3.6. So I mark 3.6 for my sleeve cap height, and I'm going to connect it like this. So from the sleeve cap height, I'm going to apply my armhole depth, which is 9 inches, and I'm going to make a slant line like this. So I'm going to take the measurement of that slant line, and it gives me 10 inches. So I'm going to divide 10 inches by 3. So 10 inches divided by 3 gives me 3.3 inches. So I'm going to mark 3.3 inches here, and also the same thing here. So I've divided it into 3 equal parts. So I'm going to mark half of an inch here, and also half of an inch here. So I'm going to place my French cuff on it to make the sleeve cap height cuff. Please, if you derive any value from this video, please kindly like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you'll be notified when I drop new video. So after that, I'm going to apply my length measurement. The length of the sleeve is 24, and I deduct 3 inches for the handband, so it remains 21 inches. So I'm going to mark 21 inches here, and also 21 inches here. I'm going to connect it together like this. And for the sleeve opening, I used 5.5 inches for it, because I'm going to attach elastic band to it. So I'm going to connect it to the sleeve cap height line, and I'm going to cut out the sleeve pattern. So this is how the sleeve is going to look like. So the next thing is to cut the pattern on the fabric, and the fabric I'm using here is corduroy material. I specifically use this material because I think a lot of my audience don't have access to thick hoodies material, so that's why I think I should use corduroy material. So far it can also make it looks perfect, and I think the corduroy material is available almost every part of the country. So I'm going to cut out the pattern like this. And I'm going to notch the button allowance, the button overlap. So the next thing is to cut the back pattern. So the next thing is to cut the interfacing. And I told you that I made a mistake while cutting the interfacing pattern, and I'm going to get it corrected here. So after placing it like this, so the bottom area here is supposed to be 4 inches, so I will mark 4 inches, and I'm going to connect it till it reaches the shoulder line. So that's the only mistake I made. So I'm supposed to make it 4 inches. The next thing is to cut the sleeve pattern. As you can see that I double folded it, and I will make sure that there is no any rumple or any underlay in any area. So after that, I'm going to place the sleeve pattern on it and I'm going to cut it out. So in the next video, I'm going to show the sewing of it. So don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks.